Human beings are programmed in two ways. Programmed generically. This is your debut in the universe. Hello guys, thanks very much for tuning in again. Thanks to, for the time that you actually giving us. This is another episode of Live With No Breaks. It's something that I've been, working on for the past few months. I just want to bring quality people on this show, people that think different, people that go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, because at the end of the day, everything that you do in life is all about how you think, right? Personal development has been a big passion of myself. And since I've been on that amazing journey, I've been looking for people like me, people I can learn from, people that inspire me, believe it or not. So I've got my friend and brother here, Imtiyaz. We've been working together for a few months. I think he's in the best position to tell you exactly what he does. I don't want to mess things up. All right. So when I saw this guy at work, he used to go to the kitchen every time and eating in a very, very specific way. It's like every 3 hours, he had a little portion of food that he was taking to the kitchen. I was like, who's this dude? Is he a personal trainer? Is he into fitness? And then we started talking. So that's my boy Imtiyaz here. So yeah, just please feel free to, take it and run with him. And what exactly that you do when it comes to fitness?
First of all, let me say hi to all of your friends and followers. So hi guys, this is Imtiyaz. Me and Ivan been working together. I'm an athlete. I do men's physique bodybuilding. When it comes to bodybuilding, there are different categories of different divisions, and one of the division is men's physique, where you see those ripped guys in board shorts. That is what I do, and that's my passion, and that's I live and breathe. I'm also an online coach and personal trainer as well. So as I was saying, I eat in a very specific time and in a very specific way. So this is what I do, especially when we met, Ivan. I mean, obviously, you know that I was in the prep time. I was prepping for my men's physique show, which happened last month in June in Scotland. I was competing with one of the best athletes in Scotland, and that's what I was preparing for. So obviously when you are in a prepping time, when you are in that when in those 18 weeks prepping time or 20 weeks prepping time, you have to eat in a specific way. You eat a specific amount of food. If I have to say that you have to eat exactly what you require to fuel your muscles. That's all it is. So I was been eating in a very so when there's two ways of eating. One is calorie surplus, when you are trying to get bigger and bulkier, and when you another complete opposite is calorie deficit. So this is where you're trying to shred, and when you're trying to get leaner. So I was trying to get leaner for my show so that I can look lean and muscular. So that's where you have to eat in a very proportionate way. Everything has to be counted. So even if I'm drinking water, it was counted at how much liters of water I'm drinking. I remember on my last week, and this is my wife was telling me, this is her words, and she was saying that she couldn't believe how much water I'm drinking. I was drinking last whole week from Monday to Thursday, and Sunday was my show. For 4 days, I have drank 14 liters of water in a day.
Oh, wow. In a day?
In one day, yes. So, trust me. And I had a diary. Maybe if we do it again, another episode of your interviews, probably I'll bring in my food diaries and stuff, which obviously you can show it to your viewers. It's not something I'm pompous about, or if I'm trying my own trumpet, but it's a kind of way of life you live. So I had a diary where I was noting down each meal every day, how much fat I'm eating, how much carbs I'm eating, how much protein I'm eating, how much water I'm drinking. So everything was counted. So that's why I was in that zone. I was eating very little amount of carbs, so you can understand. I mean, used to see and how a little bit tired I used to be in the daytime. I was working out 3 times in a day, so I had to wake. I still do work out early morning. I wake up 4 in the morning and I start working out at 5, half 5, and then come to work. It's a way of life actually. Bodybuilding, when people say that fitness is a hobby, it is a hobby. It's a very good hobby. I mean, I definitely promote and I would definitely recommend every single person to get that hobby rather than going out for a drink in the evening. I don't mind. I'm not against drinking. I drink myself once in a while, or probably I'm on my holiday.
That's right.
But binge is something wrong. So even if you binge eat, that's going to affect your body. If you binge do whatever in a surplus amount, it's not going to be healthy for yourself.
It's like what people say, you know, everything in excess actually deteriorates your health, isn't it?
Exactly.
Whether it's smoking, drinking, or even, you know, anything you do, right?
Yeah. Even if you drink too much of water, it's going to drown you're going to drown yourself in your own body fluid. So you know,
absolutely, everything is got to be within measure, right?
In a very limited amount,
exactly. And I know that every time that we catch up, once you did mention that you used to be an actor, you wanted to get
yes.
So what's the story behind it? Because I know you're originally from India.
Yeah. So I used to. I came here in UK in 2006, and whilst I was studying, I was in my uni. I used to do many different things, like try and get money from whatever possibly you can try and make sources. So one of the times I was like looking for a job, and I just saw this newspaper ad where they're looking for some Asian models. So I thought, let me try. Why not? It was money was good, so I went and gave my audition. They took my photographs and stuff, and then they started giving me some jobs, and that's where my journey for modeling began. Acting was something. I was an actor since I was a kid. So I used to act, in a way that I used to act in front of mirror. So if I'm in the shower room, I'll go in front of mirror and say some dialogues of some famous actors and try and enact their role and stuff like that. So I always had that sort of a gene in myself. Then from modeling, one thing add to another one, and then I started getting some acting jobs. I've done some small TV series on BBC, and I've done a lot of Indian films where I've done small parts here and there. That's where it began. And then as life happened, got busy with different things, and then got busy with work. So acting got one side, but from acting, I realized there's a very famous story, a very famous incident of my life. I remember I was giving my audition, and the photographer, he was taking my pictures, and then he said that you're not looking that fit, buddy. So probably you might not get this job. And I came back home, I saw my picture, and I said, yes, he was right. This person cannot be on this camera. So I thought I have to do something. At that time, I never had any knowledge of food, never knew how to eat things or what to eat, how to work out, nothing. And that's where my journey for fitness began. And I thought, let me do something, at least try and lose some weight. And that's where it began. And here I am competing and being a amateur bodybuilder now. So it's one thing added to another one. So that was a little part of for 2013, I started working out. I started doing. Initially I started working out at home, so I bought some pair of dumbbells and I was just doing some workout at home. So I was watching videos on YouTube as everyone started, and everyone does it. I was that's fine. Let me keep my fear aside and let me see what I can do in the most uncomfortable situation. So
absolutely,
I started going to gym, and I was feeling I was a bit feared at that point of time that people are laughing at me and I was like big and fat and stuff like that. But then I thought let me put my fear aside and focus on what I want to do. And then slowly things happened. Started working out, started learning myself, gathering knowledge. I read a lot. So I was reading books on fitness and reading different people's articles and stuff like that. And then slowly, I started learning, I started getting knowledge. And this is how here I am. So it took me, from where I started to now what I am, and it's a journey. It's a never-ending story. So I'm not saying that I've reached where I wanted to be.
Absolutely,
it's an ongoing journey, and it will be going on till I'm breathing.
Yeah.
So so it's been, yeah, good 4-5 years I'm into fitness industry. But yes, every day I'm learning something. I'm improving on myself, on my
Absolutely.
on the nutrition, on supplementation, on exercise, on how to rest. And because many people don't know that it's a science, it's a pure science. It's
And
not.
I'm actually interested, when you mentioned that it's a science, right?
Yes.
This is the thing
Yeah.
that captivated me because I'm like, this guy is on something,
Yeah.
right? Because the thing
Yeah.
is, I'm into fitness, not as much as you, but I'm cycling like 60K a week. Sometimes I push it to 80K, and it became a routine. It became like a ritual, right?
Yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah.
we live in London. Sometimes I
Yes.
got money on my Oyster card, but I just take the bike even when it's raining, and I'm
Yeah.
out there, right?
Yeah.
Because when I don't do it, I don't feel good.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
like
Yes.
I feel like I'm cheating myself. Would you
Yes.
resonate with that? Yeah.
True. True. I completely believe with that. I completely agree with you. It is like that. It's like food that some days if you haven't had your meal, you
Yeah.
feel like you're hungry and you are tired. It's just like that. It's like fueling yourself.
Absolutely.
So when you work out, and this is, so many people have said this thing, and so many, it's been, people have been done so much research on it, that how fitness or how exercise or doing any sort of physical activity, it doesn't matter. You even take a walk in a park, that is
Yeah.
also physical activities. I mean, I always recommend my clients or any people, or even if someone comes and asks me for an advice, I
Yeah.
always say that even if you have 10 minutes in your day, and if you can start, you always
Yeah.
start small. You
Abs-
can't be on top of the mountain right from the start. You always
that's
start
right.
from the scratch, right from the bottom. That's where you start.
Yeah.
So I always tell people and advise people that don't just wake up next day and say, oh, I'm going to start working out 3 hours in a day. It's not going to happen. You do not
Absolutely.
have that knowledge.
Yeah.
You do not have that much energy. You do not have that much of strength to work out 3 hours. So start whatever you can. Even if it's 10 minutes, it's fine. Take a
Yeah.
walk in a park. That's fine. Even that's a physical activity. Even that's an exercise.
And that's what people say. A 1,000 miles journey starts with the first step, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and once again, when people look at you today, I'm pretty sure they think, oh, this guy's always been confident, he's always been into fitness. But then again, when you flip the story and you tell them how it happened, that
Yeah.
you had a shift, somebody told you, listen, dude, you're a little bit chubby,
Yeah.
it's a nice way of saying you're getting fat, right?
Yeah.
you, you
Yes,
need
exactly.
you need to get back into fitness. There's
Yeah.
this thing that kicks in your head. It's either
Yeah.
I have to do something about it, or I'm just gonna let whatever he said affect me, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. So, as is always said, that if you want to change something, you have to change yourself first. Be the
Absolutely,
change, as you say, be the change. So
absolutely.
when you want to change something, first you have to change your mindset, and rather than focusing on negativity, this is what I've learned myself, that rather than focusing on something which is missing in me,
Yeah, yeah,
focus on things which I have and on my strengths.
yeah.
Because it's like, as they say, if you focus on whatever you focus, your energy moves direct in that direction.
It expands. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And
So
thanks very much again for making that transition, because that was my next question, right? Can you tell my viewers that there's a connection between physical activity, fitness, diet, and your mind, the way you think? Basically, everything starts from there, because this is something that we have in common. We
yeah,
understand the mind game, right?
yes,
So
exactly.
what does it take for you to wake up at 4 a.m. every single morning? I just want you to share that with them.
As they say, that mind is the motherboard of your body. So everything starts from your mind.
Amazing.
Um, so it's like, obviously it looks a very physical thing, that you are working out, you're lifting heavy weights, but it it it's it's a very much a spiritual thing, and your mind is involved. uh, it's like, this is what I do when I'm lifting anything heavy. I see myself lifting that. So first of all, you have to prepare yourself. Your mind has to agree that what you are doing. So it's everything in the mind. So like, as you're saying, that I wake up 4 in the morning, like obviously it's a midnight for most
Yeah,
of the people,
yeah,
but I train myself in a way, I train my mind in a way that, because by 4 o'clock I'm already up, because that, you can call it passion, you can call it my craziness, or you can
yeah.
call
That's
it
right.
discipline.
Yeah, yeah,
I would say it's a discipline. Yes, passion helps, Yes, craziness helps, but when it comes to discipline, everything will take over. So you discipline your mind in a way that your mind knows that, okay, fine, I have taken enough sleep, I have slept, I have got my energy back, I need to wake up now. So that helps, and everything happens when your mindset is right. So you first of all, you have to set up your mindset that this is what I'm into and this is what I need to do. It can be anything. It can be a relationship. When your mindset is right, your relationship will always go in the right direction. It could be your personal work. It could be a diet. See, like most people, when they eat, we see that we see any obese person eating McDonald's and we laugh at it, that stop eating, dude, because that's why you're getting fat. But actually, you know, and you know much more than me, that it's the mindset that when you train your mind, as soon as you're feeling depressed, as soon as you're feeling sad, first thing a person do is jump on a chocolate or go to McDonald's and have a Big Mac or something like that. This is what happens when you have a right mindset, when you shift your energies towards the positiveness. And I'm not saying positivity is like you break your leg and then you laugh and say, okay, that's fine, everything happens for a good reason, and I broke my leg. That's not positivity. I think that's stupidity. But you think in a way that, okay, why it happened, and I'm going to focus on myself to improve on that. That's something positivity.
And what can I do from there?
Exactly. And how I'm going to work with this broken leg now.
Absolutely.
So that's positivity. Rather than being happy about broken leg, that's not positivity. So if you shift your mind from being negative, because obviously we see the news all the time, and we are surrounded by people all the time which are moaning about things, and which they are always complaining about things, and there's a lot of negativity comes to your head. But a positive mindset is that you listen everyone, but you have a blinder, you have a sort of filter which filters out every negative thought. And you try and bring what you want to bring in. And that's where, when you focus your mind, when you shift your mind, and things happen. So you eat right, you sleep at the right time, you do a bit of physical activities, workouts and stuff, and that's where changes happens.
You see, there's this thing in our mind, I believe it's at the back of your brain. It's called a reticular activating system. We say when people talk about the law of attraction, people talk about positivity. This part of your brain filters, like you rightly said, the things that you want, the things that you focus on. Like when they say, attention goes where energy flows and results show. That's what it is. This thing. If today you wake up, you say, you know what, I'm hitting the gym at 5 in the morning, I'm just gonna do this. This is what you focus on. There's no way it could be otherwise, right? Because your mind is set on that. But what most people do, and that's why I share with my clients, they wake up in the morning at 6, 7, or 8. The first thing they do, they check their phone. They go on the Insta feed, they go on the Facebook, or even they check their emails. And believe me, would you agree that majority of the time is negative news?
Yes, exactly.
So the first thing in the morning, so your mind is already auto-programmed to fight the negativity. And that's what you're talking about.
And even as you said, it's good that you bought this thing. When you first thing in the morning, you wake up and you start checking on Instagram. Now, what you are checking at Instagram? Other people's life.
That's right.
I think, and I believe, why are you focusing on other people's life? Focus on yourself. I mean, rather than peeping into someone else's life, which is fine, I don't mind that. But if you start looking at yourself, you start focusing on your own life, that is where a shift gonna happen, and that's where you're gonna change your mindset. Absolutely. I mean, okay, fine, I'll be very happy to see you buying a nice car, but that's fine. That doesn't change anything in my life.
That's right.
When I'm checking Instagram feed, I'm checking people's life. Either I'm getting jealous or I'm getting angry, because they always look good on Instagram, because they're always traveling, they're always buying some new stuff, they're always enjoying a nice meal.
That's right.
And I'm still eating broccoli and boiled chicken. So so this is first thing in the morning.
Which is what I see you eating every day at work.
But this is how you train your mind, that
that's right.
Even if someone's eating a nice donut or eating a pizza next to you, but you're still eating boiled chicken and broccoli, that doesn't happen within a day. You have to train your mind. You have to practice this every single day. I'm
That's
not
right.
saying that I'm a guru, or I'm a sort of a person. I'm a saying that I don't see anything. Yes, I do feel to jump on a donut and have it, or to have a muffin,
Yeah.
but it's a discipline. I mean, I eat clean food every single day, so
Yeah.
that on a weekend I can have a nice meal with my missus. We can go
Yeah.
out and we enjoy our meal. So that's the
Absolutely.
discipline you have to follow. And that's what, this is what I was saying, that passion is of course very important to
Yeah.
wake you up. A craziness you need to have, like if you need to work out 3 times in a day, which I was doing,
Yeah.
uh, 4 hours a day. I used to work out 3 different times, morning, afternoon, evening. You need to have a little bit of craziness,
That's right.
but it comes with the discipline. If you're not disciplined, passion and craziness is not going to help. So you have to
Wow.
have the discipline. When you have the discipline,
Yeah.
things start falling into places. And there's a very famous, it's a very famous article which says any habit takes 21 days to install in your body. So you
Absolutely.
do same thing for 21 days,
Yeah.
then it becomes a habit in you. So you
Absolutely.
keep doing the same thing over and over again. That is where your mind start believing that
Yeah.
yes, I can do this, and this is what starts installing in your body.
I believe it's in Stephen Covey, The Seven Habits of the Most Successful People, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Where he said that, like you said, it's a 21 days to install a new habit into your subconscious mind. And
yeah,
you know, I'm the computer guy, right? Since
yeah,
I've been on that journey of coaching, personal development, helping people becoming the best version of themselves, I realized there's a correlation between computer programming and mindset. I mean, it's amazing, right?
yeah.
You know, I've been studying
Will agree on that.
exactly. I've been studying, you know, successful people like
Yeah,
yourself, athletes, people
yeah,
that have the mindset to literally achieve the dreams, the
yeah,
body, the beach body, whatever it is. And I'm
yeah,
like, you guys understood that you have to reprogram the way you think, isn't it?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You can't have
Definitely.
the same mindset that was
Uh,
taking you to McDonald's or KFC
yeah,
if you want to have the athlete body that you have.
yeah.
It doesn't
True.
work like that, you know?
It's not going to work. I mean, yes, you have to deload yourself from all those things. So like after I finished my competition, I took a couple of weeks off.
Yeah,
I enjoyed food. We went out for holiday as well,
yeah,
and I was eating pretty much everything I like. Um, but once I'm back into the gym, I'm again back to my diet. Like
that's
obviously, I'm
right.
again following it. But so that this happens with happens with discipline. You have to imbibe that lifestyle, and you have to imbibe the discipline in yourself, and then obviously once
Absolutely.
it becomes a lifestyle now. So
Absolutely.
for me it's not, I don't really have to put pressure on myself, or I have to struggle eating anything boiled or boiled chicken and boiled rice. I mean, I'm very happily eating it. So this is again another concept where either you're doing it forcefully or you're doing it willingly. Like
That's right.
I can force you to do something for maybe a week or probably a month, but I
Absolutely.
can't force you to do for for ongoing process.
Yeah.
Like every single day, day in and day out. I can't force you to wake up early morning 4 o'clock and push you to
It's gotta
the
come from within, isn't it?
it's gotta come from within. Yes. So every time if I get a new, when I'm having a client or someone comes and asks me or speaks to me, my always first question is, what's your why? Why do you want to do this?
Oh,
It
that's
doesn't matter what your why would be. You might say that I want to impress girls. That's absolutely fine. That is a good why. It's
yeah,
going to push you, because the day when you don't wake up at 4, I'm going to text you and ask you, dude, you don't want to impress that girl? That's a why.
absolutely.
Or you can say, I want to go for a competition. Or your why would be that people are laughing at me. I want to lose weight. Or a girl might say, I want to get into that dress,
You
which
know,
I'm going to wear on that event.
it's so powerful what you're sharing, Imtiyaz, because I'm gonna share an anecdote quickly for the viewers. When I got into coaching, I've always had a fear of public speaking, and
Yeah.
to be honest, I thought I was the only one in the world.
Mm.
And then I started to look into it, reading like studies, and really understand why I was so terrified of standing in front of people. And one
Yeah.
of my coach, he said, Ivan, you think people actually care about what you have to say, right? But when your why is strong enough, you find a way.
Yeah. True.
And this stuff that he told me, I believe me, it changed my life because I've always wanted to share my story with the world. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to help people. What we're
Yeah.
doing here is all about making a difference and
In the
contribution.
world.
Exactly. Just dropping those nuggets of positivity and telling people,
Yeah.
listen, you can be, do, have anything you want. But what you're doing, it has to start with your mindset.
Exactly.
You cannot have a fixed mindset and expect to have the beach body and attract all the girls or even make more money, because everything starts from here. You know,
exactly.
So I'm so grateful that you're sharing this, you know, golden information. And you know, like I keep saying, there's two questions that I can't leave my guests living without asking them, right? Is what did you learn from being uncomfortable? That's the first question.
I think I already answered that question right on the start of the interview. Remember when I was saying that I started going to gym? I had many incidents and many situations where, I love putting myself in pressure, and I love putting myself in uncomfortable situation where I'm out of my zone, comfort zone. Like,
that's right.
We always are in that cocoon of comfort level, and we always want to be in that place. Every person loves to be in mother's womb, but you have to leave mother's womb at one point of time and jump out and say, "Hey guys, I'm here now." So so many places, but every time I've learned this thing about myself is I grow. I grow more and more and more every time I put myself in that place where I'm completely uncomfortable. I'm completely shaking. I'm literally shivering or sweating. But I love that zone, because I know that I'm gonna come out stronger, better, and a wiser version of myself, because every single adversity is going to teach you something.
Absolutely.
And that's why learning is a process. It's a journey. It's a lifetime journey. The day we stop learning,
we start dying, isn't it?
Exactly. As one of the very, very famous authors said, that what's the point of living if you don't even try? The word, emphasis on word try, that if you don't even try to do something remarkable. Now, he's not saying to be a billionaire or change the world. He's just saying try to be something remarkable. This is what you and me are doing. We are not the saint, or we are not the world savior. But what we are doing, at least we are trying to bring some change in people's life. And I think
a tiny difference, at least.
Exactly, a tiny difference. And even I would say, listening to us or seeing what we are doing, if you and me, if we are able to change even one person's life, I would happily die, and I would happily feel that I'm successful in my life. This is success for me.
Absolutely. And you know what, once again, brother, this is what I do, because I remember when I started on Facebook Live 2 years ago, believe me, majority of my friends are on my Facebook and they can see me here, right? I've got you know, like colleagues from my other place where I used to work. They used to make fun of me. They're like, what's wrong with this dude, right? You know, just get some videos and start talking about his life. But today, when they see the people that you connect with, they see the places that you go, they're like, oh, wow, okay. He's taking this thing serious. The thing is, believe me, I'm sure you can resonate with that. It's not about us.
Definitely. I agree with you.
It's not about us, right? You know, you realize there's a bigger calling, there's a higher purpose behind it. What you're doing, believe me, your wisdom and your discipline, there's people watching you in your network, in your circle of friends, and they're like, I want to be like this dude. Right? Somehow you inspire them, and they become a ripple effect to the others. You see?
But obviously, it always starts that first they will laugh at you. Then they will challenge you. Then they will start following you,
asking you questions.
Exactly, they're asking questions, and at the end they'll admire you. But that journey is really long, so you have to sustain that whole journey. So right from laughing till admiring, it takes time. Like yourself, as you're saying yourself, it took you a whole year or 2 years from when your friends and followers are laughing at you, and now they are following you and they admire you, what you're doing. So it's a journey, and we all have to go through it. When you start something new, I from myself, when I started, people were laughing at me, and they were saying, you can't jump on stage, or you can't compete with so many big people, and then you're Asian, or then you are Indian, and these people are really strong, and you're not going to look similar to them. And then even they were laughing at myself that, oh, you are fat, you still have this, that part is lacking, this is lacking. I said, that's fine, doesn't matter, that's okay, let them laugh.
But you do what you love, isn't it?
I'm going to do what I love, and I'll keep doing. That's okay. I'll keep doing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when I'll die, I'm going alone in the grave. I'm not taking anyone with myself. So why should I bother?
You know what? There's so much content that we can deliver, right? I think I'm gonna have to invite you onto another episode.
I think we can keep talking.
I absolutely, you're a powerhouse of wisdom, bro. And I love it.
Thank
So,
you.
before I let you go, the last question I wanted to ask you, I'm sure people are gonna take a lot of, value out of it. Is what's your why? And I'm sure you just brushed on it earlier on. What's your purpose? Why do you do what you do? Imtiyaz?
See, I'm still, to be very honest, I'm still figuring out my existence in this life. I'm still trying to learn about myself, and I'm still trying to figure out what's my actual purpose in this world, why I was born. But for me, for sure, my calling is I want to help as many people as possible, be it from my training, or could be from when I train them, or I can just help them. The way what we are doing, that's helping. So I feel I think I think you won't agree with me because I don't meditate, but my meditation is that when I make someone smile, or when someone comes for a help and I advise them and they feel happy about, or if they thank me for advice which I gave them or help them, I feel that yes, I have touched my soul, and I'm with my God, and that sort of meditation for me. I know it is very important to meditate, which calms your mind, and I'm sure we have talked about that many a times.
Absolutely.
I'm want to install that thing in my head and try and practice that, but I don't do it yet. Sorry for that. But
No, that's fine.
hopefully.
What you're doing is it just makes somebody else happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of a meditation, like you said, right? You don't have
Yeah.
to be sitting cross-legged like I do every morning. But as long as it works for you and it helps other people,
Yeah.
That's it. You're good.
I mean, I always think in this way. Many people ask me as well. Sometimes I do go really out of my way. Like even my friends and ask me that why do you have to go so much out of your way to help someone? But I feel, and this is very honest answer I'll give you. I don't do it for anyone else. If I don't advise for that person so that I can help them, I always do so that I'm helping myself. Because when I'm helping someone, I feel better and I feel happy within. So I do it. That's a selfish thing to do, but I help others so that I can help myself.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm
that's
sure
calling.
I'm sure you've heard that one before, where people say when you're teaching others, you're learning 10 times
Yourself.
more.
Yes, exactly.
And
The same,
that's
and
yeah.
as we say, when you're pointing finger at someone, there are three fingers pointing at yourself. It's just the opposite. When you're helping someone, you are learning for yourself as well. So I always do it for myself. So that's something which is my purpose, I think, and this is why I feel happy about that. I want to help as much as I can, be it from my competitions, or from my training, or from my coaching, or just being myself. I'm
That's
more
right.
than happy, and that's what makes me happy. And I think that's good. That's good. I'm trying to do something what I can do from my end.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much, bro. That's I can't even
Pleasure.
I can't put into words, thanks for sharing that time and all this quality content with me
Pleasure is all mine.
and my viewers. And like I keep saying, anything is possible to a willing heart, right?
Yes,
You just
definitely.
have to have a strong enough why to find a way to do whatever you want to do, right?
Find your why and keep going. That's it.
Absolutely. You know what? I'll bring you again to another episode, because I'm sure you've got more stuff that you want to share with us, right?
Definitely.
And then whatever you're doing, listen, when I grow up, I want to be like you, bro.
I think that's a very modest thing to say, but I'm actually learning from you. So either ways, we are learning from each other.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful to have you in my life, and you inspire me. Yeah.
Peace.
All right, bro. So, guys, that was Imtiyaz for another episode of Live with No Breaks. Just stay connected, guys. I'm just gonna bring it on to share more wisdom, and I'm sure there's a lot you want to learn from this guy. So, thanks again, brother, for your time, and have a lovely
Pleasure's mine.
And
you too.
I'll speak to you later. Take care, bro.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.